So, hi everyone, I'm back again doing one of these because the response in the first one was mad, to be honest. So, thank you for everyone who took the time to watch that, took the time to share it. If you did, you didn't have to, obviously, or even comment or like it. It means the world to me because this isn't who I am normally. I'm not much of a vlogger, let's say. I don't know if this is where I'm going to, keep popping up. I don't know whether I'm going to make this a regular thing, but I'm thinking about it. I really am. So I've actually made a YouTube channel now. So hopefully in the next couple of days, I'm going to get some more content put up there. Maybe this one. Probably this one. This is going to be the first one. So I hope it's up there. But yeah, I want to say thank you for all the positive response in the first one, just to start with. And so I want to move on to give you a rough outline of how I'm going to do these, because I'm still working on it, and I've got a lot of ideas if this is something that God tells me to keep doing. I've got a number of things planned, but nothing's set in stone yet, obviously. I mean, this is like the second video. I'm not expecting to create my empire just yet. So, yeah, if you're checking out my social stuff, so hi, you probably know me by now. If you don't, I'm Luke. But if you're checking me out on YouTube, then thanks. So, the main thing I want to state in this one is my intention with this series, or videos, whatever. I don't know how this is going to play out yet, like I said. My main thoughts are this at the moment. I'm going to do my best not to make it political, because I think we've got enough of that in the world right now, you know. I'm just some guy in my bedroom at the moment talking to my phone. So it's not like I've got these world-changing opinions that are going to completely blow your mind. But at the same time, I think we've got enough people talking about that. We've got enough debate in that sense. And it's not really something I want to dwell on. I'm mainly going to be using these to talk about my faith, which hopefully I've come across as very upfront about that, because I'm very, very proud to be a Christian. Like, the love of God means the world to me. And being able to verbalise that and being able to make that a part of my everyday worship by doing things like this, that is so important, I think. And I need to have that level of transparency there. So, if you don't like that, cool. I mean, I'm not going to rub it in your face. Hopefully you know by now, because, you know, it's not a secret. But, yeah, the other thing I want to talk about, especially today, is something I've touched on briefly in the last one, which is all this COVID-19 stuff. Because, to be honest with you, I'm kind of sick of the news right now. Now, it's just a bit... It's just depressing, isn't it? Like, I understand wanting to know the information, I understand that, and if you can do that without feeling depressed about it, awesome. I wish I could. But when you struggle with things like that anyway, like the whole anxiety thing, it's really difficult to see like a Death Watch come up on BBC. Like, nah, I don't think that's right. But what do I know? I don't run a news network. So something I really wanted to talk about in terms of that is this struggle with the self-isolation thing, the lockdown, because I think it's very hard if you don't struggle with things like anxiety and depression. It's already very hard to have to shut yourself away pretty much all day, every day, apart from one walk and maybe to go up the shop and get a pint of milk. You know, it's not an easy thing. And what I really want to do with this one is make this make this like a bastion of being able to admit we're scared, because look, I love the I love the stiff upper lip thing. I think that's great, and I think it is very effective. But I also think that we need to be honest with, this is a scary situation. Like, most of us have never lived through anything like this, you know? So it's okay to be scared. It's okay to struggle with it. It's okay to feel whatever you're feeling, really. I mean, Lord knows I'm scared. Like, I'm not necessarily scared about catching it or anything. It's just a scary time in the world right now, I think. And I think what we need to do at least, well, I'm specifically talking to Christians here, so if you're not, then still keep listening, please. Please. I think we need to really be a bastion of hope at the moment. Because it's just missing the world right now, ain't it? You know, we're just missing that sort of light. And we're not going to get it by stressing. We're not going to get it by worrying about the headlines. We're not going to get that hope by just, keeping ourselves locked away. And I know, after speaking about a lockdown, that's a bad turn phrase. I don't think about these things. But something I do think is important, and I think we really need to focus on being the light right now. I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to keep hope. It's hard to look at the world outside that we really aren't meant to be going out in right now, and just being at peace with that. But it's important. We need to lead by example in this, And the other thing I want to talk about is more the mental health stuff, because, it's very hard being someone with anxiety and depression and effectively being stuck indoors all day. Like, this, in any other time in the world, this would be a symptom of a depressive episode, not the norm, So, when you see a lot of other people being stuck in like this and being told they need to stay in, you can't go out, it's really weird. And I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking from experience here, but something I really want to stress to everyone is please check in on your friends. Please. Look, it's hard and we've got our own stuff going on, we've got our own worries, but if you know someone's suffering, please check in on them. It's such a hard time for all of us right now, I get that, but there are so many people that you probably know that are suffering, And this extends to me. I'm not acting like I'm exempt from this, because I'm not perfect when it comes to this sort of thing. I mean, this was something I was going to mention earlier, but I kind of forgot, because of course I did. That's Luke. But when I talk about these sort of things, and if I do keep doing these series, I want it to be clear that this isn't coming from a place of superiority, it isn't coming from a place of, I know better than all of you. It's just as much a message to me as it is to anyone watching. So, I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. We're nearly at 8, so I really want to start rounding this down now and just say, if you know, like, some of your friends have, issues with things like that, like depression and anxiety, please check in on them. It doesn't have to be a 2-paragraph letter of your dedication to them. It can just be a, how you doing? Because you have no idea how much of a difference that can make to a lot of people, So, and most of all, be kind. I feel so bad for a lot of these supermarket staff, because they get treated horribly because everyone's scared, but so are they. It's not a defence that you're struggling, so are they. So, not trying to necessarily call them out individual, because I'm sure all of you are lovely people. So just look after those who need it, yeah? Because Lord knows a lot of us do right now. So I just want to end with a bit of a prayer and then bye. So, Lord, I thank you for giving me this sort of platform, Lord. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about these things. And I pray that my words have been, if not coherent, have all been for you. And that in this time of panic and worry, that you would really shine through, Lord. And that when everything goes back to normal, we'll remember these times, and we would be even more thankful than we are right now, Lord. Amen. So, thank you for watching the second one. Hopefully I'm going to keep going with these. We'll see. But for now, cheers. God bless.